Ricky Chilton, great to meet you.
And you, yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
No problem.
Can you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about you.
Well, I'm 51. I live in St Ives in Cornwall. I've played for Wales. I used to be obviously a fisherman, most of my career, and then towards the end of it, I was doing more mechanics on boats, till about a few years ago. Then obviously my knee started giving way, my back's gone, but I still, I started playing darts really when I was 17. So yeah, and I played ever since. I mean, I had two legs then, and but I've played, say, 33, 34 years now. So
Okay, so I'm Nathan Butler. I was given the nickname The Beast by a guy called Darren who we played darts with. I'm pushing 48 now. Started playing darts 2022. Hadn't played before that. Straight into wheelchair darts. Picked up a pack of darts at home, give it a chuck. Quickly realised that didn't really know what on earth I was doing. So turned up at one of the tournaments and went from there.
So you played disability darts.
Yes. Yeah.
What qualifies you to play disability darts? Yeah.
When I was 18, I had a motorbike accident and I broke my neck, level C6. I had fractures at C5 and C7 as well. So for my body itself, from here down, I can only feel the left-hand side of my body. I can't feel my right-hand side. But my left side is very weak. So I have no movement of my left hand. I have no muscle, no tricep muscle, very little leg muscle. And it causes me to spasm a lot, get a lot of pain, especially through my hips. I broke my hips as well. And my lower back and everything else. So it's a combination of everything like that.
originally, I was diagnosed with bone cancer when I was 14. I had 3 years of chemotherapy, radiotherapy, so that was 1988. So after all that, I was all, got given the I had prosthesis fitted, and they're supposed to last. I was one of the first ones in the country to have it, and they're supposed to last about 10 years, but I went through 10 in about 2 years. So it kept, obviously they take the prosthesis out from my.
Can you tell us what a prosthesis is?
It was a metal titanium bone from my hip down to my knee. So it was all, they take out the original femur and they just put in a titanium bone basically. And obviously then over time then the hip would wear, so they put a new metal titanium hip in and part of my pelvis. And then it just kept it kept going basically because I couldn't get disability or anything like that because they said, oh, you've got 2 legs, you can. So of course, and the doctor was saying you can't work because you're going to wear it out. But I kept working. I was wearing it out. And it got to a point in the early 2000s I was in a lot of pain. So then I spent from 2006 really till the end of 2007 in hospital. I just couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. And the pain was just so much. So they said, right, what we'll do is we'll take it out. They put an antibiotic spacer in its place, so my whole femur was then. So I was just tied to a bed for like 8 months. Couldn't move, couldn't do anything. Then the day they went to take me down to surgery to have a look at the infection and make sure everything was all cleared up, and it wasn't. So they said, look, we can give you an ultimatum. Said we can keep the the infection at bay, or we can amputate it. But it means if we keep the infection at bay, it just means spending 10 months of the year for the rest of your life basically in hospital. So I just said, I'll cut it off. No more pain, no more hassle. But yeah. So a week later, then it was gone.
How did you come to find disability darts?
Well, that was a long. Because when I first lost my leg, I just thought about giving up darts altogether. I tried to play, and if you were scoring, I would have killed you because the dart I was just wobbling all over the place. And I spent 6 months just practicing on my own at home, thinking, Then I got asked to play. I was out in one of our local clubs one night, and I got asked to play, and I just said, no. Oh, well, one short, can you play? Because there's only one leg of darts then. So I said, oh, go on then. And actually, I think I threw a 15 dart leg or something, So And then back in 2014, a guy from Australia got in touch with me about darts, blah, 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 and he wanted to introduce up in Hull the first disabled tournament, World Championship sort of thing, you know. So I got an invite up to that, and then I actually won it. So back in 2000, that's why I had the date on the back of my collar and my little gold star here. But yeah, the first ever, like they called it the first ever disabled world champion. Then after that, and he obviously went back to Australia, blah, 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 and he left. Then we organised the tournament really over in the Isle of Man. And my partner Sarah, she came with me, and she ended up, because the people that were running it were downstairs, we were like up in the rafters sort of thing. So she ended up running it. Then after that, she decided, like, she organised lots more competitions for everybody, and it's just got bigger and bigger and bigger. In the end, she stepped down from the British darts disabled, and she set up World Paradarts. And from that, she's just gone from strength to strength. And she gets inquiries almost every other day from different countries, you know, India, Pakistan. Oh, you know, we've got players from New Zealand everywhere coming over. So yeah.
How would you describe the disability darts community?
Oh, they're just, well, it's just one big family, you know. I mean, everybody gets on with everybody. You have a laugh and a joke. I mean, they take the mick out of each other rotten, you know.
Do you think darts should be a Paralympic sport?
Yes, I do. I mean, the thing is, though, then obviously, do they want mainstream darts? Because obviously, because it was tarnished all those years ago, wasn't it, with how socialised with pubs, alcohol, smoking, this and that. But I mean, Paralympic darts, I mean, you've got the likes of Vinny in his wheelchair, and before he was paralysed, I mean, he was a top 10 player in Belgium anyway, you know. And obviously, he says that I inspired him because he watched me play that first World Masters to get back playing in his wheelchair, and he can still hit the 90 plus averages in his wheelchair, you know, and that's phenomenal, really. And he wins everything in the wheelchair. There's a few people who take the odd game off him here and there, but he hardly ever loses, you know. So hence that's why I want to come back and try and get, you know, because I do want to target Vinny.
Have you ever had any sort of, is there an unusual or a funny story related to the darts that comes to your mind that you'd be happy to share with us?
Really, there's one big one. When we was over in the Isle of Man, there's a guy we played darts with, Darren Kennish, and we were just messing around. He was holding onto the back of my wheelchair, and I was pulling him along. He uses a manual wheelchair. And I'd just gone a bit too fast. I pulled him out the front of his chair. So he's gone like Superman straight out the front of his chair. But typical, we thought, that's all right, we'll give that another go. Do you know what I mean? Why not? So we've gone up the slope this time. We've gone up the slope. I've tipped back into... Luckily, I've got anti-tip casters on the back of my chair, so I didn't come out the back. But he's come out the front of his again. And his wheelchair's kind of like landed on top of him, and we're thinking, probably should leave that there now. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of done the Superman twice. So yeah, we kind of left it at that.
How important is it to you that disability is represented in darts?
It's massive. It is massive. We need it so that we can improve. You know, we want to be able to be competitive. We want everybody to know that actually, you know, no matter how good or bad you are at it, you know, you can come and you can play, standing or in your wheelchair, and get that message out there. People will then start to take notice, and they can come, they can watch us, and they'll enjoy it. You know, people that watch darts typically enjoy darts no matter where they are. They could be down the pub, they could be anywhere. And I genuinely think they would enjoy coming to some of our tournaments as well and seeing what we do. You know, and realise that, you know, we can throw some really good darts. So I think that's important, you know.
If there's someone watching this that can relate to you in some way and thinks, you know, oh, I'd love to get into darts, what advice would you give them?
Literally, just come and give it a go. Just try. It's as simple as that. You've got nothing to lose. You'll be welcomed with open arms. You don't even have a... I literally rucked up with a set of Rob Cross darts. I'd taken out the box. I didn't have any spare flights or stems or nothing. Just put them together, came to a tournament and gave it a go. And that's it. Just give it a go. And they're going to love it. They're going to love it.